And if you're a returning subscriber, then hey, welcome back. I missed you. Did you miss my face? In today's video, we're going to be talking about tips for starting a food blog. If you're a food content creator, then you need to keep on watching because this video is for you. Yes. Hi foodies, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, then hi, I'm glad to have you here. Please click on the subscribe button below, somewhere around here. And if you're a returning subscriber, then hey, I hope you missed my face as much as I missed your company. Before we dive right into the video, I'd just like to say a few things concerning these tips that I'm about to talk about. I am not a complete expert, or I'm not part of the top people in the games of food blogging, but this is the little knowledge that I have, and I would like to share it with you guys just because I'm too nice, and you know, I just want to help. I'm not, there's not anything, no, not as if I have plenty in my head, but I just want to give you the things that have helped me over time and the experiences that I've gained. Also, this is my content planner. This is where I usually write my content or plan my content, whatever, anything that has to do with my food blogging or content creation. I write it down in this book, so please bear with me. I'm going to be looking down a lot because in here I wrote some of the tips we'll be talking about subsequently. Without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I would like you guys to know is that you should just start, because you don't need to have fancy kitchenwares, you don't need to have fancy plates, fancy pots and all of that before you can start food blogging. It's not necessarily important that you have all these things before you start food blogging. When I started food blogging, I literally had nothing. I had very few kitchenwares. I didn't even have a good phone. I was using an Android phone at that time, but I still went ahead and I was trying my best to create content. I started out with taking pictures, and I think I'm going to drop some pictures somewhere around here or here. It was not so good, but at that point I thought they were actually nice. That was kind of progress for me because I never done something like that before. So picking up that interest for me, I was really happy to see myself creating things like this. I started gathering kitchenwares, buying things, cheap kitchenwares actually, and they actually worked out nice for me. I don't have like an iPhone or a camera or any of those fancy stuff. I was actually using Infinix Hot 6, and I was kind of okay with it because I was creating content around it. I had to improvise a lot to ensure that I had a stable camera to record my videos, and even the videos themselves were not as bright as I expected them to be. But at that time I was feeling like, okay, it's actually nice, it's good. I felt happy in my mind because it was looking good to me. But if I look back at those videos or those pictures, I would be grateful because I have come a long way compared to how I used to create content before. So yes, you just have to start, begin with whatever you have, and you just see how far you can go from there. So my second tip is try creating recipes with available ingredients. So this basically means that if you have just simple ingredients around, you can just think of how to be creative with it. You can just think of what to make with those things. Even if it's just making jollof rice, or it's just making fried yam and egg sauce, at least you are showing up, you are bringing out content to the social media platform. Everybody has a kitchen in their house, obviously, and definitely there has to be at least one or two things that you can create content around them. If you just start with the little ingredients you have around you, then you will get motivated to get more, and you start having more ideas, and at least you start creating content for yourself, and this will help you to grow more. So this will bring me to my third tip, and that is actually following trends, dates and seasons. Every year we have different activities, different seasons, different times, different periods. So for example, I'm talking about like Valentine's Day, Christmas Day, Salah and all of that, Easter, all those periods. You need to take them into consideration and then try to create content around them, and it will actually help you to track your growth. It will actually help you to increase your engagement, because a lot of people will be interested in those kind of things, because people will be looking for recipes to create for Christmas, people will be thinking of new things to make for Easter. So trying to create content around seasons and occasions is actually a smart move for a food content creator, because it's going to help you increase engagement on your social media platforms. Also, working with seasons, you can actually create content around food that come during different seasons, like mango, like granules, corn, and all of that. So they come at different intervals, and then you can actually create content around these things. You can make mango smoothie, mango ice cream, or something related to that. And a lot of people are actually going to engage and be interested in this kind of content, because they know that that is what they need for that season, and they're going to engage with or interact with you on your social media platforms. My fourth tip is actually to set goals. You have to set goals for yourself. You have to set goals for your food blogging. You have to set goals for your whatever it is you want to do. Even if you're just a normal content creator, you have to set weekly goals, daily goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, things that you want to achieve with your page. What is your brand bringing out? What value are you adding to other people's lives? What is that game that you're bringing to the table that everybody or people are going to be interested in? So you have to set these goals for yourself. What do you want to achieve with your blog or your food content creation? What are those things that you would like to gain or you'd like to impact in other people's lives? So part of the plans that I wrote in this book for 2021, I actually wanted to learn 24 new recipes for myself, but as I'm speaking to you now, I've learned over 30. I've learned close to 50 recipes, and I'm proud of myself because I exceeded my goal, and I also enjoyed the process, because that way I was able to learn food content creation. I was able to make myself better in creating content, because I love cooking. I love the process of cooking, and that was why I had to give myself this target that I was going to meet up with it. But just in the month of August, and I've learned more than the 24 recipes that I put out for myself. I wanted to learn like 2 every month, but now I've learned over 24. I still have like 4 months left, and I still have a lot of time. So that is why you have to, set this kind of goals for yourself, so that you know what you want to actually achieve, and it will help you to see a clearer future for yourself and to know if this is really what you want to do. So my 5th tip is to invest. Yes, you have to invest. You have to invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, money, and all of that in order to up your game as a food content creator. Also, you need to invest in relationships. By this, I mean you have to get acquainted with other food bloggers within your niche, within your community. You have to interact with them. You have to ask questions. You have to get to know them. You have to be friendly. At the same time, while you're trying to build relationships with other food bloggers, try as much as possible to be authentic. Don't try to be like another person. Don't try to be a copycat of another person's work. It is better to be original, because in the long run, when you're trying to be like somebody else, it's going to fade away. Just try as much as possible to be yourself. Just enjoy yourself while doing it, and show people who you really are. Don't try to hide, or don't try to be like someone else or hide under the shadow of another person. You have to invest in educating yourself by taking classes, maybe food photography classes, food videography classes, even culinary classes. You can decide to take them just to make yourself better, and it's all about the growth process. You have to engage yourself with the systems in order to get acquainted with the experience to help you become better in the long run. You might invest in equipment, you can invest in lighting little by little, and try as much as possible to get what you can get. So my final tip, which is number 6, is you have to be consistent. You have to show up consistently for your audience. You have to create consistent content. You have to always be available, because if you're not available, people are not going to see what you're doing. People are not going to be interested in you. People are not going to know who you are in the first place. So you have to be consistent. I had this problem. I'm still a student, so it is quite difficult for me to balance both school and food blogging together. So at some point I was inconsistent. I would show up at this period and then I would go away. That is why you need to have a plan. You need to have a content plan. You need to have a content calendar and strategy. Also, while being consistent, try as much as possible to be creative, because people would not like to see the same thing over and over again. People would like to see creativity all the time, and that is part of the things that draw attention. So try as much as possible to be creative and dynamic. Don't just depend on one style or one format of creating content. Be open-minded, interact with your audience and get to know what they really like or what they want to see from you. If you want to see more of these pictures and videos that I have been mentioning or showing on my screen, on your screen rather, you can just click on the link below. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did, and I would also like to know if you have questions or comments concerning anything I have just mentioned, and if you even have a contribution or something to add to what I have said, I would like to know in the comment section down below, and I will be waiting for you there. Please do not forget to subscribe. Please feel free, wander around my YouTube channel. You can see anything there. Just click on my videos, just watch them. They're really interesting. Don't worry, I'm not a boring person. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.